Hey there everyone, how's it going today? Lamoura here, and welcome back to yet another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. And I am so happy to report that my discoveries and my theories, my inquiries were true. If we go into our character sheet, you will see under our classes and jobs, I leveled up once. One level, did one dungeon with the Scholar, and I got to level 31. And then if you can see here, at the same time, my Summoner did in fact get to level 31 as well. So I do not need to level up these two classes independently. I can do dungeons as the Scholar and do solo content as the Summoner, and I don't need to worry about them being different. It's the only class in the game that does this, and I love it for it because it makes for more interesting videos, at least for combat is concerned. So just so you are aware, before we get into a dungeon, and I need to focus on all of that kind of stuff, let's switch over to our Scholar class and make sure we understand everything that's going on with our repertoire. A lot of our skills, as far as healing is concerned, I guess you could call it, are similar at the moment to the White Mage. You still have your Lucid Dreaming, which gradually restores our own MP. We have Usuna, which will remove detrimental effects, one single detrimental effect, I should mention, from a target. We have Repose, which will put someone to sleep. We have Swift Cast and a Resurrection. Swift Cast will allow me to cast my next spell immediately, where Resurrection will revive targets when in a weakened state for 2400 MP. For my damage dealers, I should say I only have Ruin and Bio 2. I lost Miasma, I lost Energy Drain, and I lost Fester. But that's okay. That is perfectly okay. The healing class doesn't need to be all output damage class either. For healing spells, though, I have 3 as of right now. I have Physics, which we've had since our Arcanist days. We have Adaloquium, which is an amazing heal spell, but it also has an additional effect to possibly galvanize our target, which will, as you can see here, I can't move my mouse, but nullifying damage equaling 125% of the amount of HP restored. So, there's a chance also with that, when critical HP is restored, it also grants Catalyze, which nullifies damage equaling 125%. So we have a chance of nullifying damage, not just healing damage and reacting to incoming damage when we see their HP bar slide down to low numbers. We can actually prevent them from taking a certain amount of damage. It's an amazing spell. Haven't had much chance to use it yet because I don't have any higher level dungeons unlocked, but we'll be using that quite a lot on our tank. And then our third healing skill is Whispering Dawn. Well, technically we have 4. So I guess I should start with our little fairy here. Our Summon Celine. If we have her out, she will constantly heal all of our party members as long as they're close by, which is amazing. So if you have a group of like tanks and DPS standing over here pulling the boss and you are the healer and you want to stay a little bit away with like one of the ranged DPS maybe, you can put Celine kind of in the middle and she'll heal everyone that she can reach. And then from there, you can, once she's summoned, you can use Whispering Dawn, which orders your fairy to heal, gradually restore the HP of all nearby enemies, or party members, I'm sorry. So that is a regen that you have there, which is amazingly helpful. You don't, it's like set it and forget it, you know? I love it. So that's what we're working with right now. Anyways, like I said, I want to do some more stuff in this episode. So we want to make sure, first off, we do our regular ritual by eating some eggs and hitting our minion roulette to see who we get today. Oh, hey, look at that, little plucky dude. Alright, so I want to do this side mission that I told you guys I was going to be doing a long time ago and just never got around to it. It is only level 15, so we are double the level now, but it's just something I want to show you. Rumors of a dangerous madman about town have... What? Shgabumbi? Shahobi? I don't even know. Ill at ease. How do you pronounce that? How are you supposed to form those syllables? You're either a brave woman or a fool, friend, to be wandering the streets of Limsa tonight, with the slasher of Fisherman's Bottom on the loose. You've not heard? There's a madman about. Why, it said he brandishes blades so long and sharp they could gut a whale. They could gut a whale, not cut. They could gut a whale. No one's seen any blood yet, but that hasn't stopped the rumors from sending shivers up spines in every alehouse in town. That you're still standing before me tells me that you don't scare easily as easily as the rest. Perhaps you could assist with the investigation. To start with, you might want to look into that scream I just heard outside. Well, if there's a scream, why isn't anyone rushing to it? Why am I the only one, you know? You figured there would be like a police force or something, here to stop the crimes. But no, it's up to us. The lone adventurer. Alright, we should probably summon our little guy here. And while we're here, I almost forgot. I want to have my commands here. So we'll put place, we'll put heal, and we'll put away. Just in case I don't want him attacking. Yeah, that should be good. You know, maybe I'll have it how I had before. So I have... shit, what was it? I think I had it something like... Place here. I had heal here. I had... Not away. I had steady. And I had sick. Okay. That's what I had on my other class, right? Yep, that's what I had. Cool. So let's summon him again. Get that out. You don't need him. This isn't a, you know, fight that we're about to get to. It's just kind of reading. What are you waiting for? That's him, the slasher. Apprehend him. Toss him in dowel, and throw away the key, or gut him and feed his lifeless body to the sharks for all I care. Just do something. Woe is me. Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons, I saved every last gill of my husband's hard-earned wage, forgoing new shoes and new purse, sometimes even food for our children, all in anticipation for this day. What's so special about today, you ask? Why, this day marks the arrival of the world-renowned esthetician in Limsa. My endless patience and self-control were to be rewarded with a hair-raising transformation that would have every fashion-conscious Limosian oohing and eyeing in admiration. Instead, I find myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you going to do something about this? Go ahead and have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. So the doubt there in the red text means that we need to doubt. Wow. I'm sorry. Is it, how do you spell doubt? Yeah. I got confused now that I had, let's change that today to say, now that I misspelled it, I doubted my own grammar abilities. Oh, the ignominy of it all? Sure. Of course you take her side. For shame, is there not one sympathetic ear? Sympathetic. Jesus, sympathetic. Sympathetic ear in this nation? An artiste of my renown should be welcomed with open arms and 21 cannon salute. Instead, I am branded a criminal, the tools of my trade, nay, the extension of my very soul, ripped unceremoniously from my person like barnacles from the side of a frigate. I will not last long in my weakened state. No, even as we speak, the world around me grows dim. With my dying breath, I speak unto thy earth, unto you 3 names, 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has gone so frightfully wrong. Forge Master Hinaza of Nalkid and whatever, Guildmaster Breton of Gridanian Carpenters Guild, and Severian of the Alchemists Guild in Ul'dah. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, seek them out and tell them Jandaline sent you. Jandaline? Sure. Sent you. With my soul, when my soul is restored and my name is rightfully cleared, all of Limsa, nay, the entire realm will sing your praises. For I, Jandalin, I don't know, Jandalin, and none other than, am none other than the, okay. So it seems like there's a misunderstanding here, is what I'm gathering from what we're seeing, what we're witnessing unfold before us. So we need to go talk to 3 key witnesses and hopefully clear this weird person's name. It's not a serious quest. There's no fighting here, like I said before. You're just traveling. It's a simple quest, and Surprise, surprise, it's to unlock the esthetician. So, we need to talk to someone here. There you are. The Guildmaster. Jandaline sent you. Let me guess. The barmy fool lost his tools. Pardon me, the appendages of his very soul again, and is thrashing and tossing like the end of days is nigh. The man brings it upon himself. If he toned down the theatrics and went about his work like an earnest craftsman, I dare say he'd save himself these misunderstandings. No, I have not a whit of sympathy for the fool. You, however, have my pity indeed for having to play audience to his whining. Any road, this should shut him up for a while. Tell him that if he loses these, I'll graft the next pair to his bloody hands. Alright, so we got something for him there. We need to go to the Carpenter's Guild in Gridania. I'll go to the Alchemist Guild first, because I can always use my return. Sorry, I moved it. I can always use my return for less money. You've come on behalf of Jandaline. Well, why, I just furnished him with a fresh batch of my special creations last week. I realize the man's services are in demand, but it would be physically impossible for him to exhaust the entire supply so soon. Stolen, you say? An unfortunate turn of events indeed. It is not entirely unexpected. You see, the man is something of a genius. A genius is often misunderstood by modest minds. Trust me, as I speak from extensive personal experience. Yes, great minds must band together in trying times, lest the realm be deprived of our talents. I so command you to deliver this parcel to Jandaline with all speed. Alright, so that's 2 of 3. Now we can use our return and go back to Gridania. And I think it's the Carpenter's Guild they said we need to go to. Alright, so we're here in Gridania. Carpenter's Guild looks like it's this way. Ugh, my frames are going down. That's unfortunate. Oh, we went to the Carpenter's Guild earlier in the game too. I remember this. We had to get it for the mass for the ceremony before I passed out. Yep. It's all coming back to me. A message from Jandaline, you say? A message from Jandaline, you say? So he's lost another one. Sigh. Does this man not understand that wood does not simply grow on... Actually, it does. At least in a manner of speaking. But the fact remains that resources are in short supply. For all his flowery words, if his tools are truly an extension of his very being, one would think he'd find a way to hold onto them for more than a fortnight or two. Jandaline's skills are not to be doubted, but his temperament leaves much to be desired. Still, it is not my place to judge. Take this to him, and let us both hope that he will right his ways. Okay, so we have all 3 pieces and talk to all the people that we need. So now we just need to go over to Limsa once again and turn in this quest, and it will be done. It's pretty easy, it's pretty short, but it's fun. Alright, we're coming back up on the place where we need to be. So let's make sure that we turn this in, finish the quest, and I think we're going to do the next story quest, because it should be a dungeon. And it should take just about as long as we need here. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, friend, I beg of you, retrieve for me the tools of my trade, for I am none other than Jandaline, the... We've already gone through that. So, turn in all his stuff. Could this be? Yes, I can feel it. The light returns to my eyes. Power courses through my fingers. I live. And as I live, the unspeakable embodiment of ugliness must die. Begone, foul demon! Aye! And so I ask, how do you feel, madame? Why, it's as if... in but a single magnificent moment, I traveled beyond the void and returned to life as the embodiment of all that is beautiful in this world. Could it be? Yes, it must. How else to explain such power? You are the one whose coming was foretold. You, yes, you, are the esthetician. This is so weird. I fucking love it. In the flesh, madame, I am Jandalin, crafter of coiffures so defined that Menphelia herself doth begrudge my clientele their beauty. But let us speak of you, madame, for where a moment ago stood a fashion challenge frump, now there stands. He just called her a fashion challenge. Wow. A beauty reborn. Oh, I see what they did there. Look how happy she is. I would be backing away. Yeah, that's exactly what I'd be doing for the entire duration of this. And you are the one I must thank for reviving my soul, that I might once again bestow my gifts on a realm bereft of beauty and kindness I intend to repay in full. Do you fear that your own hairstyle is becoming passé? Fear the specter of ugliness? Okay, so fear the specter of ugliness threatening to consume you? Fear not, friend, for it shall not survive my wrath. I just can't with this. I love it. For some reason, I just love the outlandishness of it all. As the madman before you, as this very realm calls home, from the abyss of unfathomable drabness, you shall arise anew. My clients have been known to make reservations moons, even years in advance, but you shall know no such troubles. No, for providing a staunch ally to good taste when all others turn a blind eye, I will gladly place myself at your beck and call. Yes, the next time you find yourself plagued with aesthetic ennui, you need only ring the crystal bell from the comfort of any inn room at which you have taken up lodging. Jandalin shall hasten to the scene. Yes, in a flash. The dreary, uninspired life you have hitherto known shall end. You shall travel to the realm beyond and return to us as a beauty reborn. I give you this as a token of trust between us. Treasure it, for it is the key to a world of aesthetic wonders ordinary women shall never know. Uh-huh. Oh, Master Jandalin, do come back. I've not made my next appointment. The wackiness of it all. It's just so good. So the next thing that we need to do, so we have one free Jandalin ticket. That means we can change our hairstyle once for free. After that, I think you need to pay, like, either real money or, like, a bunch of gil or something like that. Anyways, esthetician now available. You have befriended Jandalin. By using the crystal bell found in your inn-room, you can call upon the services of the flamboyant esthetician. From hairstyle and color to face paint, he can create a new look for you for a meal at 2,000 gil. Whenever you feel like a change, Jandalin is your man. Okay, so for 2,000 gil, that's not bad. Other than that, I think we're going to fast travel to wherever we need to go for the Beast Maw Quarry Mill. Okay, so I'll be back when we get there. It has taken us a fair old while, but we finally got our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of your missing green friend. Ahem, his name is Fruxio, and he is the eldest among the sylphs of Little Solace. Long has he represented his kind in dialogue with the Gridanians. Yes, he is like a bridge between us and them, small leafy green bridge that we can't find at the moment, and bridges are no use if you don't know where they are. That's why it's important that we find him. There's an abandoned dungeon called the Thousand Maw of Toto-Rak here in the South Shroud. 'Twas by the entrance to the place that Fixio was seen not long ago neither. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Walking ones, please help this one. This one needs help. Needs help to help Elder One. Fixio. Poor Fixio. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath and tell us what's wrong, nice and slow. Elder One went into Toto-Rak, but has not returned. This one is worried, so very worried. And you're right to be. The place fair crawls with nasties waiting to make a meal of anyone daft enough to wander in. What in the seven hells was he thinking, entering that bloody death trap? Elder One had no choice. Imperial ones were chasing Elder One. Please, walking ones must help Elder One. Help Elder One now. Ah, the fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but Frixio is our best hope of reaching an accord with the sylphs. Were we to lose him, all our efforts thus far will have been for naught. I will tend to her wounds, Yida. Make haste to the Adder's Nest and request assistance. Understood. And that leaves me to go into the dungeon, huh? Niah, go to the Thousand Maws of Toto-Rak and see that Fixio comes to no harm. Peace between man and sylphs rests upon your success. Alright. It shouldn't be too much of a problem, though I will admit, guys, we may be going over our 40-minute time limit just a bit as we finish up this dungeon. I didn't quite take into account the fact that we would have to watch cutscenes as well throughout the dungeon. I don't think they're too long in this one, but it's still something that we need to be aware of. I'm going to switch over to Scholar so that we can queue into this dungeon a bit quicker. So let's talk to Bloisrant. Sure. By order of the Elder Seer, the dungeon known as the Thousand Maws of Toto-Rak has been placed under the control of... What? The Sylph Elders inside? Are you sure about this? How in the seven hells did he manage to sneak by? God strike me down for the pure blind fool. You must help the Sylph Elder before he falls prey to the fiends within. Entrance to Toto-Rak is ordinarily restricted, but these are exceptional circumstances. Pray assemble a rescue party and enter as soon as you are ready. Okay, so yep, we're going to activate the duty finder. We're going to choose the Thousand Maws of Toto-Rak. Hopefully. Hopefully. Do I have... Oh, I have one selected already. That's why. Because I was doing some random... Oh, wow. Immediately. See, that's the cue of the healer, man. Just instantaneous cues. I love it. I love it. Alright, nice little sweep through for this dungeon. But there's a few things, I guess, that we can explain through this. It's not too hard of a dungeon, but there are some mechanics that, if you're not aware of, can be a little concerning for some people, especially if they're new to this. Hopefully this group knows what they're doing. Looks like we have two new people, two new DPSs to this, but it looks like our tank is experienced. At least I hope. I don't know what class that is. I think that's the... It's either the Gunbreaker or it's the Shadow Dark Knight. I forget what they're called. It's one of the tank classes, obviously. But I couldn't tell you which one right off the top of my head. I want to say he's the Dark Knight, because he has such a huge sword. I think that's the only class that has a giant bastard sword like that. So we should be okay. He'll pull these. I'll get the magic tech cell while he's doing that. I'm not quite sure what he's going to do. But he clearly knows what to do, which is fine, because he's actually pulling the enemy threat off of everyone else and getting the attention on him, which is more than I can say about my other one. I'm not quite sure what that P means. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So I don't know if that's like he's a role player or what, but it means something. Okay, so essentially in this dungeon, what you need to do is collect a bunch of magic tech photo cells which will allow you to advance past these gates that will appear, and a mini-boss will appear alongside them. So you collect 4 of these photo cells throughout the dungeons. Most of them in the first section are sitting out in the open for you just to grab, and then after that they'll start appearing on enemies, and you need to grab them off that. So once you get 4 of the photo cells, you can see them right up there, you can activate the mini-boss and move on to the next part of the dungeon. It's as easy as that. There's no real trick mechanics. There is one thing that you could do in the beginning of the dungeon. I think it's like you can go this way or some other way. There's a split in the dungeon road, and essentially you can pick up an extra photo cell right off the bat. Most people don't usually do that because it's like no point, to be honest with you. It just the amount of time it takes for... I think I pulled that guy way too early. I thought he was going to grab him. That was my bad. Most people know exactly where all the photo cells are, so it's not really that much trouble to get them. And the other way is just like, it's kind of out of your way. Your group can easily get turned around and lost and stuff like that. So most people just follow the dungeon as it appears. It's pretty much a straight line. Okay, and from here we can get this photo cell, and that will be number 3. What happened? Okay, there's our tank. Our Dragoon pulled that for some reason, but our tank was kind of chilling behind, so I kind of understand. We wanted to get this done. I don't think everyone wants to sit around doing nothing. Which was a problem that I had in the last one. The tank didn't know what he was doing at all, so he was constantly behind us all. And they left us as the healers and the DPS to pull all of the mobs, which wasn't too much fun, to be honest with you. But at the same time, like, we only had one DPS who really knew what he was doing. Everyone else was kind of just derping about. Again, kind of one of the things, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't like going into a dungeon without knowing what I'm doing first, like what the mechanics are. So I usually look up a video or like a tutorial on like what you're supposed to be doing in this dungeon, you know, what at least the main goal is. And at least for my first time, I'll understand this is what they're doing and why, instead of just derping about, like just ruining it for everybody. And I don't want to sound toxic, because like it's not like it was that bad, you know. It just wasn't good either, you know. Hey, Dragoon. All right, fuck it. We'll just... Okay, there we go. Okay, so this guy, this boss has a few little mechanics that we need to be aware of. He will cast poison on everybody. Essentially, what you need to do in order to avoid that is only cure the poison that has been cast on everybody except for the tank. Let the tank keep the poison, because as soon as you take it off the tank, as you can see, he'll immediately cast some more poison. So that essentially just makes your job and all the effort you did by dispelling it all for naught. So just let the poison stay on the tank. That way you'll get less damage for everybody else, and it'll just be easier. Trust me. Okay, so that that guy was down. We'll get the whatever this is. I don't need that. So we need to continue on. Someone's activating that, so the door will now close or open. Alright, I'm gonna stand back a little bit and let my tank come. I'll get my little fairy to also join in the battle. I'm gonna put her a little closer to everyone else so that she can reach them and give them some healing. See? Oh my god, this is so much nicer. Alright, and so now one thing that we have to worry about is these Warden Whips will drop these photo cells. Before they were just sitting in the open. Now we actually have to defeat some enemies in order to get the photo cells. Yeah, if we go down this way is the right way. Don't get confused by all the split branches in the path. Just continue on down the one that looks like it's going to lead you to the end. All the other ones are just distractions with no point in going in. Okay, I'm going to put my fairy in here. I'm going to stand a little bit away from this area, because I don't remember if these puddings have any AoEs. I don't think they do, but I'd rather not just be right on top of them. Mostly because I'm a healer. There's no point in me being that close. If I can reach my enemies and I can reach my allies, that's all I need to worry about. Okay, let's recall her so that she'll be there for the next fight. We'll continue deeper in. Again, don't worry about left or right. It's unnecessary, honestly. And we have Warden Whips here. One of them, when we destroy them, will drop a photocell. So that's something that we need to be aware of. I'm going to put my dot effects on everybody and figure out who's burning the fastest and focus on that. Let's put our fairy a little bit closer so she has the idea of who to go for. I don't think proximity really has anything to do with it. Like if she's closer to one person who's lower than the other, like I think she just heals whoever she has reach to and whoever's lowest. I think that's her priority. I don't know. And it might be one of those things. Oh, see, almost no one went for that photocell. We would have had to backtrack if I didn't grab that. Where's it? Is he? Don't fight that thing, please. Alright. He must have went around. I didn't see him actually come back. Alright, I'm going to put my fairy over here. So we're a little bit closer. Okay, he has a lot of stacks of poison, so I'm going to start assuming those off. There's no point in keeping all that poison on him. One stack is fine, but more than that is just asking for trouble, especially as the game continues on. But thankfully, we also had a secondary healer with Selena over there, just being awesome. I love her so much. Only had her for like, 20 minutes, but she's awesome. Let's make sure we grab that photocell. Once again, we have 3 of the 4 that we'll need for the next area. For this next area, if I'm not mistaken, oops, we should call her back. Okay, she's coming. So we need to get the sticky web. So what happens now is there's a new mechanic, is the sticky web archways that we see. Once one person passes through them, they'll suck anyone who's close to it in and then close off immediately. So if the whole group is separated, we can be stuck behind a sticky web, which is really unfortunate if it's not the tank and everyone else is left behind with enemies. Because you don't want your healer to be tanking attacks. You don't want your DPS tanking attacks. Alright. It's unfortunate that we're not, like, the Dragoon's not fighting everyone at the same enemy that everyone else is. They're just kind of doing their own thing. Like, it's understandable, but everything dies easier if everyone focuses on that alone. But, whatever. We'll deal with it. Alright. There wasn't a photocell that we'll get for this area. What we actually need to do now is come up over this way, and we'll get another photocell. I don't think anyone knows that. Yeah, so you need to come up just a little bit more, collect this last photocell because we only have 3 and we need 4. And it's as easy as that. There is a way to get that 4th one so you don't have to come up this way, but it's so much easier and so much faster to go this way. Okay, so he's targeting me because the tank didn't have his aggro. So I'll just get close to him, let the tank kind of deal with that. Alright, and then we'll collect this last photocell, which the tank just grabbed, and now we can go back and activate this next little mini-boss. As easy as that. Collect the photocells, the green floaty bits, whenever you see them. Alright, and the boss is here. I'm just going to back up a little bit. I'm going to put my little guy over here. Alright, so anyone who is close just got hit with poison. I will heal it off of our Dragoon and our Thaumaturge. Now for this one, we do have to be careful. He will summon a new ad along with his poison attack, so there's a lot to manage. The tank should just pull him through, just as so. If this Warden Whip comes towards me, okay, tank is grabbing him, so it's all good. I'm going to start getting some of these guys dealt with. Hopefully it only takes off the first one. Alright, it didn't take out the poison, so that's good. Alright, we're just going to heal up a little bit, everyone here, just to help out our girl, because everything's kind of going wrong. I'm going to have her do a little bit, I clicked the wrong button there, of her regen there. Essentially what that will do is help with the healing as we're going through. Alright, so everyone's poison is now gone. Cool. I'm going to greed that, and I'm also going to greed that, since we are Disciple of Magic. Now, I hate this part. This is the reason why I don't like this dungeon, is because essentially what just happened is this goo, it doesn't do anything to you except for slow you down. And it just makes this dungeon annoying. Like, it's not hard. It doesn't add any other effects to you, like poison or whatnot. It just sucks because it slows you down to a crawl for no reason. At least no reason that I can see. Okay, I forgot to call back my Celine, so I don't know if she's coming or I need to resummon her. Did everyone just kind of forget that this thing's sitting here? I think everyone kind of just forgot that thing was sitting here. Tank, I think, just ran up ahead. Yeah, he's up further ahead. Alright, I'm going to see if he stops running away from me, if I can heal him. Because I would really like to. Alright, Sticky Web needs to go down next. And these fleshy pods will explode when anyone gets near them. They have very few attack points, so you can do literally any ranged attack will hurt them. Our tank is just going to run in, get stacks of poison, which is okay. He's going to run in, unfortunately, which is going to lock us out. I wish he would wait, but it's okay. We have the Thaumaturge here with us as well. But the problem is, he locked his healer away, so if he was to get into a large conflict, we would have no way of helping him, because we were stuck behind the web. On normal versions, it's not that big of a deal, but on extreme versions of things, that is not something that you want to do. It's just asking for all kinds of trouble. Alright, Celine is having a little bit of difficulty keeping him up to date, so I will also help out. You can't just rely on her. She does do a lot of healing, but at the same time, just to keep things moving and keep your tank healthy, if he's taking a lot of outside damage, you'll definitely want to help her out. Alright, I'm going to move a little closer and start attacking the Sticky Web. Alright, and it should go down now. Nice and easy. Get the Fleshy Pod. Sorry, the poison goes away so quickly that it just almost doesn't even matter. Though there is an initial explosion, so if you are weak already, don't go near these guys, because they will explode on you. Where's he going? Yeah, okay. I guess we're going this way. That's right. I'm sorry, I did forget. That was my bad. God, I hate this lead-in effect. It's so unnecessary. I don't know if they continue that kind of stuff in any other dungeons. I don't think they do. At least as far as a Realm Reborn is concerned. It's just like an all-around bad time. Like, who thought that was fun, you know? That's the question. Who in their earthly mind thought it was fun? Alright, so this gate's going to suck people in. One thing that we have to be aware of is it's going to spawn a Might behind us. Tank knew about it. Awesome. So if you're not aware, and you're not paying attention as the tank in order to get that, that Might usually goes after a healer, and that's never a fun thing for healers to be attacked. Alright, we're going to put our dots on everybody here. Alright, Celine's having a little difficulty, so we're going to heal up our tank here. Okay, cool. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we only have like just very few fights left before the boss comes. Should just be like right around the corner. Yep, I think once we get through this Sticky Web, we'll be alright. I still have 6 seconds of poison left, but Celine's doing pretty well on the healing. Okay, so yep, that's our boss, a giant scorpion. Alright, I think everyone is here and ready. Let's see where our tank pulls this guy. So I'm not quite sure where they're going to go. So I'm just going to put Celine here, hopefully close enough to everybody. Right, I'm also going to back up a little bit because it appears like I took a little bit of damage here. So this boss is fairly easy. He pulls in some adds here and there. but nothing too major. As a tank, you just really want to face the enemy away from the rest of your party, so that all works out. Eventually some adds will join in. Tank will just pull those, which is nice and easy. We'll keep them facing away from us. That's fine. There are the poison pods, which I just ran into idiotically. You don't want to be doing that. I don't know if our guys are facing the adds or not. I'm going to focus on healing this a little bit though. So one thing that we want to start worrying about now is switching over to the tail. If you keep the tail up, essentially what happens is these poison pools will never go away. And you definitely want those to go away because obviously they hurt people. So at this point we should be focusing the tail of the boss. And after that, if we don't, like let's say we leave this tail alive, the boss takes so little damage that... Why is it aiming towards me? Please don't. The boss takes so little damage that it's almost like not worth it. But no one else seems to really be focusing on the tail, so they're only working on the body here. Which is okay. Who am I targeting here? So he just put down poison here. We're just going to try to get out of it and defeat the boss. Nice and easy. So yes, you can either focus the tail or you can focus the main boss's body. It doesn't really matter which one you do, as long as everyone's kind of in accordance together. I was focusing the tail. I should have just been focusing the body as soon as I realized no one else was doing that. But it's okay. We did the duty. Our team was much better than the one previously, so I'm very happy about that. I will give it to Johnny because he actually did fairly well, and then we will see what our loot is. It's a dagger for a rogue, so I'm actually going to pass on that. Huh, finally, fresh air. Mayhaps not so fresh, but better than before. Ah, Sinister One is gone. This one can leave this awful place. Did Walking One vanish, the many-legged one? This one is grateful to Walking One. I think I said Vanquish. Probably said Vanquish. This one is called Frixio, eldest one of these ones of Little Solace. Alpha Squad reporting, sir. Nothing of note at Lark's call, sir. Understood. Return to Area 12. Damn it all. Where's that accursed Acheon hiding? No sign of wizened friend? I'm afraid not, my lord. Shall I order the search perimeter to be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gridanians of our presence. His Excellency bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Loath though I am to admit it, I have found no evidence to suggest that Ramuh will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god who does not grant one's wishes? Were I a sylph, I should strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what of the sylphs we captured? A handful of them seemed to be in reasonably good health when I last looked. Apologies, my lord. I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their Acheon. Really, Centurion? Were you not aware that vegetable bruises easily? It is well that I did not entrust you with the important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhaps it was a kindness. Better dead in truth than dead to one's own god, I suppose, if you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. We are so close to completion. I can fair taste it, but at this rate. No, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. What was it that you always said? Ah, yes. Though it mean bringing down the very heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility if not we? In that alone you were right, Garland. But your star has long fallen, while mine doth begin to rise. And it shall burn so bright that Lord von Balseer, ultimate weapon, will seem a mere candle besides it. I love when a villain monologues to themselves. Those walking ones did for Noxia. This one is certain of it. This one fears that other taken ones also suffered the same fate. This one is convinced walking ones have black hearts, seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Noroxia, do not pass judgment too hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does walking one feel unwell? This one would know what brings walking one to this place. Came to this one's rescue at Noroxia's bidding, then this one owes walking one a debt of gratitude. Walking one has questions about Lord Ramuh, then this one will provide answers. But first, let these ones quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace. When walking one is ready, please come to see this one. These ones may speak promptly then. Then it is settled. Let this one accompany walking one outside. Alright, and with that, the dungeon is complete. The Elder has been saved, and I'm going to redo that dungeon, man. Like, I can't even begin to express how bad that first attempt of ours was. It was embarrassing. Alright guys, well, I want to thank you so much for joining me. I would love to finish in the Beast Maw and report in the quest, but I need to go back and do that dungeon, and this episode has been going on a little too long. I'll see y'all later. Peace out, and much love to you.